This audio program by Radio AI is generated using artificial intelligence technologies. The voices you hear in this program are synthetic, and the thoughts they express are shaped through artificial intelligence-driven reasoning and iterative refinement.
Welcome to Radio AI. Today we're diving into something almost every company, maybe even you, is thinking about: working from home permanently.
Right, it's huge.
Is it this amazing boost for productivity, or does it chip away at company culture? We're not here to just pick a side.
No, definitely not. We need to unpack it.
Exactly. We want to look at the psychology, the economics behind this whole shift.
And it really goes deep, doesn't it? It's not just about, where your desk is. It touches on fundamental things, ideas from organizational theory, what motivates people, even social psychology.
How trust works in a company.
Precisely. Trust and autonomy, how those are changing right now. It's fascinating.
Okay, so let's start with the big plus, the main argument for permanent remote work. This idea of individual empowerment. What's really going on there?
Well, what's really interesting, I think, is how it connects to our basic psychological needs. It's not just, oh, this is convenient. There's this theory, self-determination theory, basically suggests we thrive when we feel we have autonomy, competence, and relatedness, connection.
Okay, autonomy, competence, relatedness.
Yeah. So when people get more say in how they work, when they do it, where they do it, they feel a sense of control.
Yeah.
Ownership.
Right, like they're invested.
Exactly. And that feeling, that sense of ownership over their own work, it often leads to higher satisfaction, better output, maybe even sticking with the company longer.
So more than just liking the flexibility, it taps into something deeper.
It can, yeah. Especially for knowledge workers who can manage their own tasks and schedules.
Okay, but then why are so many companies pushing back? Why the big drive to get people back into the office? That must mean there's value in those shared spaces.
Absolutely. That's the crucial counterpoint, isn't it? The physical office.
Yeah.
Think about something called tacit knowledge transfer. It's a bit jargony, but
what does that mean in practice?
It's basically all the stuff you don't learn from a manual. The unwritten rules, who to ask about what, the little shortcuts in a process, how things really get done.
The stuff you just sort of absorb by being there.
Exactly. Watching colleagues, those quick chats by the coffee machine. It's really hard to replicate that learning on a video call.
I can see that. Especially for someone new.
Yeah, a new team member joining remotely. They might really struggle to pick up the company culture, those subtle workflow things.
So it raises a big question for certain kinds of teams, right? Like highly creative ones, or ones where people really depend on each other constantly.
Definitely. How do they get that spark, that collaborative energy without being in the same room? It's a challenge.
And you also hear about isolation, right? Or work-life boundaries just disappearing for remote folks.
That's the other side of the coin. Big risks, but organizations can do things about it. It's not insurmountable.
Like what? What kind of strategies work?
Well, it depends. For a smaller team, maybe just having regular informal virtual coffee chats can help build connection. Just non-work talk.
Keep that social glue.
Kind of, yeah. Bigger places might need more structure, maybe formal mentoring programs, or even helping people set up a decent home office.
And what about roles? Does it matter if you're mostly working alone versus constant collaboration?
Huge difference.
Yeah.
If a role needs tons of back and forth real-time collaboration, you need really clear rules about when and how people are expected to be online and responsive. Synchronous communication.
Like scheduled video calls, instant messaging windows.
Right. Whereas for more independent roles, maybe you focus more on flexible hours, but also build in regular check-ins about well-being, not just tasks.
Okay, so shifting gears a bit. What about the bigger picture? Beyond individual teams, what are the wider effects? Economically, societally?
Well, economically, sure. Companies might save money on office space. That's the obvious one. And they can hire from anywhere, potentially tapping into a more diverse talent pool.
There's always a but.
Yeah. It's not a perfect solution for everyone. Some people just don't have a suitable space to work from home. And the digital divide is real. Not everyone has reliable internet access.
Good point. And environmentally. Less commuting is good.
Oh, less commuting cuts emissions, yeah. But then everyone's using more electricity and heating at home, so the impact kind of shifts. It doesn't disappear entirely.
And society. Cities, communities.
Big changes there, too. Less demand for downtown office buildings, shifts in where people live and spend their money. It creates new opportunities, but also challenges for urban planning and local businesses.
It sounds like even with good intentions, trying to offer flexibility can backfire in ways you didn't expect.
Oh, absolutely. Unintended consequences are a major thing to watch out for here.
Like, what are some of those tricky ones?
We'll take hybrid models, for example. Some people in the office, some remote. You could easily end up with an in-group that the people physically present and an out-group who feel disconnected, maybe get fewer opportunities.
The proximity bias?
Exactly. Or companies might increase digital monitoring to make sure remote employees are working.
Yeah, the surveillance aspect.
Right. And that can completely undermine the trust and autonomy that remote work was supposed to enhance in the first place.
Creates a weird tension.
It really does. And we also have to be careful about who gets the flexibility. Is it offered fairly? Or does it end up reinforcing existing power dynamics or biases?
Wow. Okay, so it's complex.
Very. That's why things like transparent decision-making about who gets to work remotely and why, plus regular checks to see if it's fair, are so important. They're safeguards.
So after all this, what's the verdict? Should permanent remote work be allowed? How do organizations figure this out?
Well, the key thing is there's no simple yes or no answer that works for everyone. It really resists that kind of binary thinking.
No magic bullet policy.
Not at all. It's not about finding one universal solution. It's about creating nuanced arrangements that fit the specific context, the company, the team, the type of work.
And being willing to change them.
Critically important. They need to be refined over time. That means being systematic about it. Develop policies, get regular feedback, actually measure different outcomes, productivity, well-being, fairness, and be willing to adjust things based on the evidence.
So adaptability is key.
Adaptability, paying close attention to inclusion and fairness, and being committed to trying things out and learning from them. That's much more important than sticking rigidly to one single policy.
What really strikes me is that tightrope walk, balancing that individual desire for freedom and autonomy with the organization's need for, well, cohesion and shared culture. It's a huge puzzle.
It absolutely is, and it's a puzzle we're still figuring out. The research and the practical experimentation on how work can best serve both the company and the individual, that's ongoing. It will keep evolving.
A really fascinating space to watch. Thank you for joining us on this deep dive here on Radio AI. We'd love to hear your thoughts and reflections, so please do share them in the comments below. We really appreciate you spending your time with us.
Hope to have you with us again on Radio AI. Until next time.